All right, before we start this episode, I want to let you guys know that in December, it is your pick for Game of the Month, our community pick for Game of the Month. And I want to let you know how you can vote for that in November. Now, every episode throughout November and only November, you can vote once per video. Now, how you vote is type in GOTM on your comment and type in next to it the game you would like to vote for in that video. Every video I'm going to go through before the next upcoming Game of the Month episode, tally each game that's been voted for and how many times it's been voted for. The ones that get the most votes, the top three, will make it onto our top three, get thrown into a randomizer, and we will find out randomly on the next Game of the Month coming at the end of this month which game is the winner of our community pick Game of the Month. Now, the one that gets picked will be our Game of the Month in December. You guys get to pick. It's the community pick. But even if you get second or third place, you get thrown into our Game of the Month list, and you'll be able to get pulled at any time that it gets pulled when we randomly pick our Game of the Month from here into infinity. So yeah, letting you guys know that it's November. You guys got to vote if you want to pick the Game of the Month and have the game that we all play throughout December be reviewed by us and have a conversation about a game that maybe you are very passionate about or maybe curious about, or maybe there's that fishing game that you wanted somebody to fucking play and maybe it's not you. So you guys can pick anything, doesn't matter what game it is, within reason, and we will play it. So make sure to like, subscribe. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. Tell your friends to subscribe, and enjoy this episode. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming, the show where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth, and a couple quick reminders that we are now in November, so that means new PlayStation Plus games for you to download, and those are Hollow Knight and Shadow of War, both offer for free on PlayStation Plus. Make sure to download those, play those, come back at the end of this month for Plus Club. Let us know what you thought of those games. We'll let you know what we thought of them, and if you have a PS5, you'll be also able to download Bug Snacks as well, so there's a bonus there we might talk about, as well as long as I get my PS5 on time, which I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed. Game of the Month is Cube World, which is a voxel-based third-person RPG sandbox game. We'll be playing that throughout the month and talking about it on Game of the Month, so make sure to come back for that as well. I played this game when it first came out. I really liked it then. I heard it's really bad now, so we might have a really interesting conversation to have, or maybe we'll love it. I don't know. Still be interesting, so come back for that. We have a Discord link down below. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms if you'd prefer to listen to us. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can like this video. It really helps the channel. You can comment on it. I love the comments you guys give us. And you can subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that already. We are almost at 2,000 subscribers, and I want to hit that before the end of the year, if at all possible. So, thanks for your support, and we got a Patreon also if you want to support the channel even further than all that great stuff. It's all appreciated. Thank you. All right, so Tasty Tuesday. I'm going to be honest with you guys. News is fucking light right now. I think it's because we're on the advent of a lot of things, big things, but new consoles, big games coming out soon. I think everybody's kind of waiting for that. It's only a couple weeks away, a week, 2 weeks till everything pops off. So going through stuff, I was like, man, there's nothing going on. There's nothing big. A couple things here and there about Google's looking into, or Amazon's looking into, like putting people who they deem toxic in games into pockets where they play with each other and stuff like that. We'll see when it comes, maybe, but I wanted to talk about something for our first bit of news that I get asked about a lot, as if I work for Sony. We're gonna clear the air. We're gonna figure this out together, and that is what games are compatible with PS5. Now, I'm sure you guys already know this, but the PS5 is backwards compatible with PS4, and Sony say that 99% of their PS4 games will be playable on PS5, which is pretty impressive, but also kind of expected if you're going to say your console's backwards compatible. They said some games may exhibit errors, but 99% of the games will work, including PSVR. So I have a list of the games that will not work on PS5, and I have a list of the games that might have errors. So this is via Push Square. Real quickly, and you guys should be able to see on the screen everything I'm looking at, because there's a list of the errors or games that have errors, and I'm not going to read every single game on there, but I will read the highlights for people listening. So yeah, this is the list of the games that do not work on PS5. PS4 games that do not work on PS5, and that is 10 games that are Afro Samurai 2 Revenge of Kuma Volume 1, DWVR, Hitman Go Definitive Edition, Joe's Diner, Just Deal With It, Robinson The Journey, Shadow Complex Remastered, Shadwen. I've never even heard of that game. A lot of these I haven't heard of, so I guess that's kind of a good thing. TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 2, and We Sing. Those are all the games that are confirmed to not work on the PS5. So if you having those games and you just love them to death, keep your PS4. Keep it around so you can play them. Otherwise, if you're like me, this doesn't affect you at all. I mean, I was curious about Robinson the Journey at one point because I think it's a VR game, but I think it's like a 10-minute experience, so I don't give a fuck. I can go the rest of my life without ever thinking about it again. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting. This is the list of all PS4 games that may exhibit errors on PS5. Just for context, I'm going to read what they say here. While the vast majority of PS4 games will work on PS5 without any errors, Sony has marked some games on the PlayStation Store with the following warning. When playing on PlayStation 5, this game may exhibit errors or unexpected behavior, and some features available on PS4 may be absent. It's important to note that any PS4 games carrying this message will load and be playable on the PS5, but they may exhibit errors like minor graphical glitches or bugs. The full list of all PS4 games that may exhibit errors on PS5 is as follows. So these can be played, but there might be some compatibility issues, which kind of sucks. So there is a pretty long list, pretty substantial list. I'm only going to read the ones that I think are kind of like the bigger names here. Anybody watching this, you can see what's on my screen, so you can kind of go through. I'll try and scroll slowly. If you're listening, though, we have a pretty substantial list. We got Anomaly 2, which is going to have some errors. APB Reloaded, if you're still playing that game. Ape Escape 2, Assassin's Creed Chronicles India, Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia, Assassin's Creed Chronicles Trilogy Pack, the whole fucking trilogy, but they didn't mention whatever the third game in that trilogy is. Unless it's Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which would be kind of weird to package in with those other two games, which is also on the list, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Assetto Corsa Ultimate Edition. Batman Return to Arkham City. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, surprisingly. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, who gives a fuck. Let's see, Daylight, whatever that is, Darius Cosmic Collection Arcade, Dead Island Retro Revenge, Dead Nation Apocalypse Edition, Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Fortune free-to-play version, and Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Scarlet. Deliver Us to the Moon, Disney Classic Games Aladdin and The Lion King, Doom VFR, Dungeon Rushers, Dynasty Warriors 8, Empires, and anything that has to do with Empires, which includes Free Alliances version, Legends Complete Edition. Eve Valkyrie Warzone, which I believe is the VR game. Geometry Wars 3, Ghostbusters the video game remastered, Grip, Hardware Rivals, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, which kind of sucks to hear, but hopefully it's nothing too big. Lara Croft in the Temple of Osiris, Left Alive, Let's Sing 10, Let's Sing 2018. So one of the Let's Sings is incompatible and two of them have some issues. So apparently those games just don't like the PS5. Little Big Planet 3, Mafia 3, Definitive and Complete Edition, Manhunt, Metal Slug Anthology, MLB The Show, and that is for 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So a lot of the shows are going to have some issues. NBA 2K19, 2K20, Need for Speed. Just says Need for Speed. Nobunaga's Ambition, Suzo, and Sphere of Influence. Okage, Shadow King, Onigiri, Pixel Junk, Shooter Ultimate, Prey, let's see, Project Cars, Project Cars Game of the Year Edition, Realm Royale. Let's see, a bunch of games I'm not aware of. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, Smite, Star Ocean Second Evolution, Star Ocean Till the End of Time, Star Trek Bridge Crew, Super Kids Racing. That's a game everyone has played and loves. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants in Manhattan, The Surge, and then we got The Walking Dead Season 1, The Warriors. Let's see, Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, which I believe is the VR game. That's actually pretty fun. And then, yeah, Zero Escape, the Nonary games. Only reason I know of that is because that is one of the games that was picked on our community pick game of the month of last year, which is still on our list. So at some point we'll play it, but not on the PS5 because it might have errors. We'll play it on PC. Let's see. And then also they confirmed that, let's see, will physical PS4 game discs play on the PS5? They say yes. So that is confirmed. Will PS4 games purchased from the PS Store work on PS5? The PS5 is backwards compatible with PS4 software, so this means both physical and digital software will work on the next-gen system. Assuming you're using the same PSN account on PS5, you'll have access to all of your PS4 purchases from the PlayStation Store. This includes PlayStation Plus titles, but you will have to ensure your subscription is active in order to play these, so pretty much business as usual. PS5 backwards compatibility. Will PS4 games play better on the PS5? We already know the answer to that. PS VR games will work. And is it compatible with anything beyond PS4? That being PS3, PS2, and PS1? No. No, it's not. I can answer that without even reading it. So, not really news. I just want to kind of throw that out there so we're all on the same page. You have those 10 games. They're not going to work. You got a big list of some of the many games for PS4. They're going to have some kind of thing that could happen if you play it, whether it's a glitch or some features that don't work correctly. But you still will be able to play it. So all in all, my thoughts on this is I think that list of 10 games is pretty... I'm pretty good. Those are the games that don't work. I think most people can get by without them. So that is completely fine. As for the games that have the errors, we're going to have to see how big of errors they are. I mean, if they're pretty small errors, I don't care. Not that big a deal. A lot of these games, I don't even see myself going back and playing. Most of them that I read. A couple of them had me a little worried, but not really. And if it's just like some graphical glitchy stuff, I've been a PC gamer my whole life, so I've dealt with compatibility issues as you move on in the PC world. So not a big deal to me, but it does suck for some people who might have one of these as their favorite games that they'd like to be playing on their PS5 and possibly could have some kind of error with it. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about the list of the non-compatible games and the games that might have errors on your PS5? Are you getting your PS5 sooner than later, or are you going to wait on it? Did you get pre-order locked in, or are you still waiting to get one, or are you going to just run into the store and fight everybody for one? I know some people who that's their strategy and their plan, and given that the year's kind of weird, it just might work, or it might not. I don't know. What do you think about the PS5 using discs from the PS4? I think it's great. I know a lot of people are kind of like, who gives a fuck about discs? And are you stoked about your digital purchases moving over to PS5? I know it's a big question I keep getting asked by a lot of people, and according to Push Square, it's a thing that's going to happen. So all in all, great news, and I'm stoked that the PS5 is going to be backwards compatible with PS4 for the most part. Let me know everything you're thinking about in the comments below. All right, second bit of news is more, hey, Seth, have you seen this yet? Have you watched that yet? Hey, what do you think about this? I haven't seen it yet, and what I'm talking about is the Demon Souls gameplay trailer number 2. This came out October 29th, so pretty recent, and it's going to show off the gameplay of the upcoming and highly anticipated Demon Souls, a game I'm very excited to play. And yeah, maybe we'll see some updates to the visuals. I had some complaints, not really complaints, but kind of nitpicks about atmosphere being different in this. Very clean looking, which is great graphically, but the original Demon Souls had this murkiness to it that I think the newer version, from what I've seen, is missing. So we'll watch this, we'll talk about it, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. And yeah, so let's just jump into this. These fucking like Xbox studios, PlayStation studios, I think they're cool. I get it, they're neat, but they look like Marvel to me. It drives me nuts, kind of. Okay. First off, I just want to say, this looks really good graphically. This looks like early next gen, for sure. It looks like this would have to be downgraded on a current console. So that's great to see. This gets me excited for owning next gen console, on top of being excited for Demon Souls being completely remade. The animations look really good compared to what I'm used to from, you know, the original. Lighting looks great. Textures look fucking fantastic. There is a sterile cleanliness to the visual style that I still think takes away a bit from the original visual style, and you could obviously argue like the older game graphically is lesser, so maybe that had to do with it. But I think there was like the limitations of what they could achieve with a prior console, maybe kind of like the original Silent Hill added a visual identity to it that maybe they are overlooking or maybe didn't value from the original one that I just kind of liked a lot. I don't know. Other than that, though, it's fantastic looking. That looks. Watch the thing too. I was gonna watch it for this episode, but pretty much what I think of it is they have redone the whole score to the game. There's like a 3-minute video on like the work they did, the organ they used in some fucking cathedral or something in the UK, and it's really neat. Like listening to that music was so fucking dope. But it's just cool they're doing the whole thing over like in a way that's just bigger and more robust, cleaner sounds. I'm glad they're not kind of half-assing this. That ragdoll though. I really love the lighting. If you kind of look down the hall, you can see the back lighting, you can see the foreground lighting, and then in between it's shadowed, and like all the enemies are kind of like not quite dark enough to be like silhouettes, but their eyes were glowing, so it's got a really cool visual style to it. It looks great. Also, that thing coming out of the ground looked really good. The thing that excites me about this the most, that anytime you remake any game from the ground up, if you do it right, is you're essentially like the newest Mafia remake of Mafia. You're making a brand new game. You're just following the same parameters of an original game and following the same story, but it's a brand new game. So it's just really cool to get this as a brand new Demon Souls being remade from the original. There's just something better than, obviously, a remaster. Of course, within the context of if you do a remaster correctly, I kind of like sometimes playing the original game, just cleaned up a bit. But if you do a remake right, and respect the original game, I fucking think that's right. It's just exciting. It feels like a brand new, fresh take on it. Sometimes people are lazy about it. Fire effects on the ground look great. I love that when he hit the ground lit on fire, and the fire's super detailed, and it's kind of like burnt out. You also see where he's stepping, there's fire. It looks fucking great. like how they had to add that to demoralize you. You died. Is this already over? Holy shit, that was quick. I feel like the game needs to be a little darker. I feel like it's really bright. Like the shadows are like, the gamma is just like really high. Like you can just see it really easily, which I guess is good for to see the game graphically, but it seems really, maybe that's the reason why I think it looks so clean. It's because it's so bright and so clear. I don't know. Something's off about the visuals, and not in a bad way. It's just different. Alright, well, I pretty much talked through that whole thing, so for people who watch these videos hoping someone's going to sit there silently and watch it, I would suggest go watch the original video and then maybe come back. But I really, really love the way this game's looking for the most part, graphically, on a technical level. I think it's really sharp, really clean looking. The animations look really good. The combat looks really good. It looks like I said before, early PS5, early next gen graphics. That being that you could run this on a PS4, you would just have to turn the graphics down a little bit. You'd have a little, more jagged edges to every object, and the lighting wouldn't be as dynamic. But it does look like it needs to be on a new console to run, which is great because that's important to me. Moving into another generation, do these games need to be here or not? So it's looking really good, very clean, and again, I'm going to say the animations are really impressive. I think the original Demon's Souls, as great as it was a very stiff, older game in its animation. So this looks very, very different, very animated. So that's really cool. The locations are dope looking, very familiar. Enemies look great. Combat looks great. Game's very clean looking. Very bright though. I'm impressed with like the fire. Right there's okay looking, but when he's fighting later, it looked really good. And yeah, I honestly can't wait to get this. I will be picking this up ASAP. As soon as I get my PS5 and I can buy this game, I will be buying it because I can't wait to play this. And yeah, this is a really good video. This is pretty much what I needed to see. You could sit there and tease Demon's Souls to me, but because I played the prior game already and I like it already, just show me what's different, and this did that. So it's what I needed. I'm hyped. I'm stoked. I'm fucking ready to play this. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about Demon's Souls gameplay trailer 2. Are you excited for this? Are you not excited for this? Do you have any critiques of this? I've heard some people have some opinions about how this is coming along and maybe doesn't respect the originals or the original in the same way as they would have liked. Are you just fully on board, super stoked to play this? Do you want Bloodborne 2 like me? Because I really want Bloodborne 2 a lot. So hopefully From Software is working on something. Anything, please, just give me something. And yeah, let me know everything you're thinking about in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. So always thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out our other videos. Check us out on TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook at Tasty Loot Gaming. Check out my streams, links down below. I'm going to try and stream something soon on YouTube right here or Twitch. We have a Discord, link down below. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms if you prefer to listen to us. And you can support this channel by liking, commenting, sharing the video. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, so let's get there before the end of the year. And we have a Patreon for anyone who wants to support the channel even further. Everything that goes into the Patreon goes right back into the channel. It's all appreciated. Thank you so much for your support, everybody. Yeah, my name's Seth. Until next episode, which will be for sure TastyCast. Have a good week, guys. Stay safe and take it easy.